Today we speak about the left and the right. Traditionally, we think that left are the communists and the rights are people like RSS, the Bajrang Dal. Whether today left is the segment which is winning or right is coming back, as many people think. The left and the right, the name initially came in the year 1789 during French Revolution. The people supporting it have gone inside the Bastille where the King Louis XVI was purged. A new revolutionary council was formed. There was one thing which was to be voted upon: whether the king will have the right to veto whatever are the proposals of the revolutionary council, or the king has to fall in line with whatever the council says. The people who believed that kings should not have any power sat down to the left of the podium, and people who believed that the king as a traditional ruler should be having a veto power sat on the right. And the left believed in radical thinking, in quick change, and the right believed connection with the past and conservatism. So that is how this term left and right started. During the Bolshevik Revolution in Soviet Russia, this term gained ground. People who believed in traditional communism, people who believed that communism as is practiced in the country is the right way forward, were known as the right. And people who believed the industrial practices in the West, outside of Russia, and those should be brought inside Soviet Union, were termed as left. So even inside a communist regime, there were lefts and there were rights. In the US, in 1930s, people who were liberal considered as left. But comes the 1950s and 60s, when there was a scare for the color red and there was Cold War, anything to do with communism was thrown away, and the left and right within the right. We spoke about left and right within the left in Russia and left and right within right. That is, within capitalism, new radical ideas and new thought processes were thought to be in the left direction. Even today, when President-elect Joe Biden is speaking of more liberalism as compared to the Hillary propaganda just 4 years back, he is known to be a liberal and more left-oriented. Let us look at India. If we go back in history, Mahatma Gandhi was considered as a rightist in the sense of left and right, because he believed conservatism, he believed in maintaining the religious ethos, preserving Indian culture and telling Ishwar Allah Tere Naam, and Khadi, Swadesi, Indian culture. There were a variety of leftism that were practiced during that 50-year period between 1925 and 1970 and 75. There was a Nehruvian leftism who believed in economic must be liberalized. There were Ambedkar leftists who believed religious socialism. Marxist leftism pounced on because India was a poor country and have-nots have always a disbelief and mistrust towards the people who were rich and their voice must be heard. And there were Lohiites who was a different brand of socialism. In the early 1970s, pre-emergency days, and just after returning to power after the emergency, Indira Gandhi introduced the term socialism into the preamble of Indian Constitution. It was primarily driven by the hatred towards the communists. Her brand of socialism, whether it was Garibi Hatao or the other welfare measures that she propounded, was essentially to oust the communists from the Indian political space. The Indian academic space, the Indian cultural space, and the Indian thought process was also constantly occupied by that leftist-leaning philosophy and intellectualism that I just described. Right wing always wanted some conservatism, and left wing always wanted some economic redistribution, high tax rate, and interventions in economic policy. Who were the philosophers in this first 30 years post-independence. They were Karl Marx, they were Harold Lasky, Amartya Sen, Noam Chomsky, John Galbraith, who were leftist, welfare-oriented, redistribution-oriented. And today, as Nassim Taleb, Karl Popper, and Sowell, thought leaders who are showing the way forward, a new brand of non-left and non-right is defining the mind space of India and larger part of the world. It is defined by individualism, by respect for culture, individual excellence. It is defined by caring and researching about one's past glory, one's tradition, and suddenly there is a comeback of the rituals as part of the culture. This non-left and non-right is having its victory march in the Indian mind space, and all those economies and all those countries which are defining themselves through technology, new rational thought process, and finding something which is more logical. Not necessarily that tradition is bad, not necessarily that radical is good. So the left intellectuals and the right intellectuals are trying to adjust to this new reality, and that is the 2021 to 2025 that we will see in India, a non-left, non-right, specific to India and specific to new modern mindset defined by digital mindset. Thank you very much.